I'm Jatin Narang, CEO of Verito. This is Firm Ground, a show for tax preparers and accountants who need to understand security, compliance, and the tools reshaping our industry. Let's get into it. In the summer of 2025, the acting director of the US Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency uploaded sensitive government documents marked for official use only into the public version of ChatGPT. Let me say that again. The federal agency, literally responsible for defending America's digital infrastructure, the man in charge of it used the same free ChatGPT your staff has on their phone during lunch. His own agency's automated sensors caught him. 4 government documents had already been processed through OpenAI servers. DHS opened an investigation, and a senior member of Congress publicly questioned whether he was fit to lead. The story didn't break until January 2026, 6 months later. If the head of the United States Cybersecurity Agency can paste sensitive documents into public ChatGPT, what do you really think is happening in your firm right now during lunch break? LayerX research found that 82% of company data paste events into AI tools came from personal, unmanaged accounts. Your firewall sees none of it. Now here's the number that should stop you cold. Cyberhaven measures this directly, not surveys, actual browser telemetry across 1.6 million workers. Their 2026 report tracks 260 separate incidents per week per 100,000 employees of client data being pasted into ChatGPT. So there are roughly 170 million workers in the United States. Do the math on that. That's 440,000 client data paste events into ChatGPT every week. 60,000 every single day. 8,000 every working hour. 8,000 per hour right now. By the time you finish watching this episode, more than 1,000 American employees will have pasted confidential client information into a free AI tool while you sit here while I talk. And here's the part that gets ignored. Even if your staff did everything right, the platform itself has already failed once. In March 2023, a bug in ChatGPT exposed other users' chat histories and the payment information of more than 1% of paying subscribers. Names, emails, credit card details visible to strangers for 9 hours straight. OpenAI took the platform offline to patch it. So this isn't theoretical, and it isn't just about staff behavior. The tool itself has failed, and the people running our National Cybersecurity Agency have failed. In the next 11 minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to lock down the 2 AI tools your staff is most likely using. Then I'll hand you the policy template and the staff conversation script. You can roll the whole thing out by Friday. Quick recap for anyone who missed episode 1. 2 rules you need to remember. Rule 1. ChatGPT Free and Plus use your conversations to train OpenAI's model by default. Every prompt, every paste, training data, you have to opt out manually. Rule 2. Claude Free, Pro, and Max ask you to opt into training. Sounds better, but the opt-in toggle defaulted to on when Anthropic updated its consumer terms in October 2025. Anyone who clicked through that update prompt without reading it is opted in for up to 5 years. Commercial tiers in both platforms, though, don't train on your data. Personal tiers do, unless you fix the settings. For the full breakdown of how each tool handles data, watch episode 1. Today is about fixing it. 3 parts: the setting walkthrough, the policy template, and the staff conversation. Let's talk about the settings walkthrough. Let's start with ChatGPT. Let me walk you through the process. Go to chatgpt.com, click on the bottom left where you see your name, click on the profile icon, go to settings, you go to data controls, toggle off improve the model for everyone. Make sure you hit done. That's the single most important setting change in this episode. It stops OpenAI from using your future conversations for training. 3 things to know about it. 1, the setting is per account. So every person in your firm has to do it on their own account. If you have 7 staff, that's 7 toggles. 2, even if you opt out, OpenAI retains your conversation for 30 days for abuse monitoring. After that, they're deleted. This is their policy, not yours. 3, the setting follows the account, not the device. Flip it on the web, it works on the phone too. Do it once per person. Now, one more ChatGPT feature worth knowing. It's called temporary chat. The icon is a speech bubble on top right of your chat window. Temporary chats aren't used for training. They don't save to your history either. They're deleted after 30 days. Here's the caveat, and it's important. Temporary chat on a free account is safer than default. It's not compliant for actual client PII. Think of it as a low-risk setting for anonymized research, not a green light for social security numbers. If you're doing anything that touches your client data, you need to be on a commercial tier. We'll get to that in a minute. Now Claude, let's get right into it. You go to claude.ai, click on your initials down at the bottom left, go to settings, then privacy, toggle off help improve Claude. That's it. Same rules as ChatGPT per account. Every person in your firm does it on their own login. Here's what makes Claude different. Turning the toggle off stops the future training, not the past. It does not retroactively pull your past conversations out of the training pipeline. So if anyone in your firm has been using Claude on a personal account since October 2025, those conversations may already be in training data for up to 5 years. There's nothing you can do about what's already in there. What you can do is delete the old chats manually from your history, turn the toggle off, and start over clean from today. 2 Claude-specific things most firms miss. First, if your staff uses projects, check the privacy settings at the project level too, because project knowledge persists across conversations and falls under the same training rules. Second, Claude's MCP connectors, Google Drive, GitHub, QuickBooks, others, Anthropic doesn't pull raw data, file content into training from connectors, but the conversation about the data does, if training is enabled. We covered this in episode 1 as the training data backdoor. Same rule applies, kill the toggle. Here's where settings stop being enough. If your firm uses AI for actual client work, not just generic research, personal accounts won't get you to the compliance. Not even with every toggle flipped, because the IRS and FTC don't care about your intentions, they care about your architecture. Now, good news on pricing though, both platforms just dropped to the same number. ChatGPT Business, that's what OpenAI now calls the team tier, they renamed it last August, is $20 per user per month on an annual plan. 2 seats minimum, and data isn't used for training ever. You get an admin console with visibility on who's using the account. Cloud Team on the other side is also $20 per seat per month on annual basis, but they need 5 seats minimum. Same story, no training, admin console, centralized billing, and here's the math most firms miss. First staff on a business or team account is $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. A single FTC rule violation is $46,517. That's the current indexed amount, not a round marketing number. One violation pays for 38 years of licenses. My recommendation, if anyone in your firm uses AI on anything that touches client data, you need a commercial tier. No exceptions. Personal accounts are for your personal life. Settings don't scale without a policy. If the IRS or FTC ask you for your AI acceptable use policy and your answer is, we told everyone to be careful, then you have a gap. Your AI policy doesn't need to be long. It could be 1 page, 4 sections. Let's talk about it. Section 1, approved tools. List the specific AI tools your firm permits and at which tier. ChatGPT Business, firm account only, no personal ChatGPT for client work. You gotta be specific because vague policies are unenforceable policies. Section 2, approved uses. Text research without client details. Letter drafting with anonymized data. Template creation. Summarizing public documents. Staff training. Marketing content. And every single output gets reviewed by a human before it leaves the firm. No exceptions. Last year, Deloitte Australia delivered a $290,000 government report generated with GPT-4o that contained fabricated quotes, fake academic citations, and references to court rulings that didn't exist. They had to refund part of the contract. If a Big 4 firm can ship a hallucinated work product to a federal client, your firm needs a verification step on every AI-assisted deliverable. Section 3, prohibited uses. Pasting client names, social security numbers, EINs, financial figures, or any return data into any AI tool, personal or firm. Connecting AI to live client software without explicit firm approval. Using personal AI account for any firm work. Section 4, the reporting rule. If a staff member realizes they pasted client data into a personal account by accident, they report it immediately. No blame. The goal is remediation, not punishment. You can't fix what you don't know about, and fear keeps the mistakes hidden. We built a 1-page template that covers all 4 sections. You can download it at verito.com verito.com/AI-policy. Fill it in your firm name, adjust the approved tools list, have your team sign it, and attach it to your WISP. Here's the part most firms skip, and it's why AI policies fail. You can write the best policy in the country, but if your team hears no more ChatGPT and roll their eyes, it won't stick. Bans don't scale, explanations do. So the conversation should sound something like this. Team, we've been watching how AI tools are being used in accounting, and we're updating our policy. Here's what's changing. Starting Monday, we're moving to a firm ChatGPT business account. Everyone gets a seat, it's faster than the free version, it doesn't train on our data, and it keeps us compliant with IRS and FTC rules. Personal accounts stay personal. Firm work goes through the firm account. I'll walk you through the policy at our next team meeting. If you're worried about something you've already done on a personal account, come talk to me. No blame. Let's get it right going forward. 3 rules for that conversation though. Lead with the upgrade and not the restriction. Be specific about what changes. Make it safe to raise past mistakes. That's the whole rollout. Settings walkthrough. 15 minutes per person. Policy, 1 hour to adapt. Staff conversation, 10 minutes. You can do this in an afternoon. This is where we come in. If your firm doesn't have a written AI policy, your WISP is incomplete. Verito updates your WISP with an AI chapter, documented policies, and staff-ready templates. 5 business days, $499 one time. Audit ready when the IRS or FTC asks. If you're running AI tools alongside your tax software, QuickBooks, and practice management platform, and you want to know exactly where all the data lives, Verito gives you private server hosting with data residency you can point to on a map. Your client data stays in your dedicated environment. AI tools work within controlled boundaries, not the other way around. And if you want somebody else to handle the rollout, the policy, the staff training, and the ongoing monitoring, that's Verito Guard. Manage IT plus compliance. We handle the setup, you handle your clients. 100% uptime since 2016. Sub 60-second support response. Over 1,000 accounting firms. That track record exists because we built for compliance first. 3 things before we wrap. 1. Open ChatGPT right now. Data controls, toggle off, 5 seconds. 2. Open Claude, privacy, toggle off, 5 more seconds. 3. Download the AI data handling policy template at verito.com/AI-policy. Read it, adapt it, roll it out this week. There's no headline yet about a tax firm losing client data through ChatGPT. The question is whether your firm becomes the first or whether you have the right controls in place before it happens. Next episode, we're talking about agentic AI, the tools that don't just answer questions, they take actions on your behalf. If you thought copy-paste was a compliance question, wait until you see what happens when AI starts filing returns. Thank you for your time, stay safe, and stay blessed.